very good morning, everyone. Myself, Professor Satish Hande from the Department of Mathematics, KLS, VDIT, Halia. So, in the previous session, we have studied about the bilinear transformation. Now, we'll be studying the next concept of the module 2, that is complex integration. In that, let us start with what do I mean by complex line integral. So we'll begin with the introduction to the complex line integral. Now, what is complex line integral? As you are all aware of, the line integral of a real valued function in case of vector calculus. So here we are going to study the line integral concept in case of the complex function. Okay. Now the complex line integral or the concept of line integral is applied in vector field. Now we shall consider the line integral of a complex function. Now we need to consider a continuous function f of z, okay, of the complex variable z equals to x plus iy, defined at all the points of the curve C having the endpoints A and B. Now you can see that here we are having this curve, okay, this curve. So here the starting point is A and the end point is B. It is also denoted by A is equals to P naught. P naught represents the point on the curve for representing the point A, and B represented by Pn. So what we need to do is, here we need to consider a continuous function f of z of a complex valued complex variable z is equals to x plus iy, defined at all the points of a curve C having the endpoints capital A and capital B. Now we need to divide this curve into n parts at the points. Here you can say that you can see on the curve at different point, here the points of P1, P2, like that P3, P4 and so on, Pi minus 1, Pi and so on up to Pn. Now if you divide C into n parts at the points, you can see here at the point A is equals to P naught of Z0, P1 of Z1, P2 of Z2 and so on up to Pn of Zn, which is equals to B. Now let delta Zi represents, what is delta Zi? It is the difference between Zi and Zi minus 1, which are nothing but they are neighbors, okay. So they are, one value is preceding by the other value. So and you can see here eta I here eta I be any point on the arc. Now Pi minus 1 and Pi, these are the corresponding points. The limit of the summation I takes the value from 1 to n f of eta I into delta Zi as n tends to infinity in such a way that the length of the chord delta Z approaches 0 is called line integral taken along a path C. Okay. Now here if in the integral, that is integral from f of z into dz, you can see that it is since it is f of z is equals to u of xy plus I into v of xy and dz is equals to dx plus I into dy. So integral from f of z into dz will be equals to integral, so it will be the integral from integral over C u dx minus v dy plus I into integral over C v dx plus u dy, which is we will get by separating the real and imaginary part. Now which shows that the evaluation of the line integral of the complex function can be reduced to evaluation of the line integral of a real function. Okay. Next we will try to solve some example. So first one example. For example, evaluate integral over C z square into dz. First point along the straight line from z is equals to 0 to z is equals to 3 plus I. Along the curve made up of line segment, one from z is equals to 0 to 3 and another from z is equals to 3 to 3 plus I. Let's see how to solve this particular example. So for the first, this one, as z varies from what, 0 0 to 3 comma 1. So that means you can see that integral over c z square dz, z is equals to 0 to 3 plus I z square into dz. Now in this case, you can see in the figure that the initial point here 0 0 means origin, and a is with the 3 comma 1 means it is 3 plus I means 3 comma 1. Now the equation of the line joining these 2 points, that is 0 comma 0 and 3 comma 3 comma 1, it is given by, as you know, if x1 y1 and x2 y2 are the 2 points, then the equation of the line joining the 2 points, it is given by y minus y1 upon x minus x1 is equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. If you apply x1 y1 as 0 0, x2 y2 as 3 comma 1, then you will get x is equals to 3y. In this case, you can see that z square will be equals to, because we need z square x plus iy the whole square, which is nothing but x square minus y square plus I into 2xy, where dz is equals to dx plus I into dy. Now along x is equals to 3y, dx will be equals to 3 dy, and y varies from 0 to 1. So integral over c z square into dz, it is nothing but y varies from integration from y is equals to 0 to 1. Now x square minus y square, x you have to replace it by 3y, that means x square means 9y square minus y square plus I into 2xy, which becomes 6y square, into dx plus I into dy, that becomes 3 dy plus I dy, which is nothing but integration from 0 to 1, 8y square plus I into 6y square into 3 dy plus I into dy. Now if you simplify this, it will be coming as 18y square plus I into 26y square into dy, which is nothing but 18 plus 26I into y square dy. If we integrate y square, it will be y cube by 3, 0 to 1. So the answer is 18 plus 26I by 3 is the particular answer, or 6 plus 26 by 3 into I. Now along next is z square integral for the second type, from along C1, the curve C1, that is from 0 0 to 3 comma 0, and C2 is from 3 comma 0 to 3 comma 1. Okay, so here you can see that 3 comma 2. So here integral along C1, y varies from y is equals to 0, dy is equals to 0, that is because along x-axis y will be equals to 0, and x varies from 0 to 3. Along C2, x is equal to 3, dx is 0, y varies from 0 to 1. So integral over c z square into dz can be splitted from along the OA, that is x is equals to 0 to 3, and A to B along y is equals to 0 to 1. So x is equals to 0 to 3, x square dx, integral x square dx plus I into y is equals to 0, integral from y is equals to 0 to 1, 3 plus iy square, 3 plus iy the whole square into dy, which comes around 6 plus 26 by 3 into I. Now next example, evaluate integral from 0 to 2 plus I z bar square into dz along first the line y is equals to x by 2, second the real axis to 2, and then vertically to 2 plus I. Now in the first case, you can see that along OA x is equals to 2y, and therefore z is equals to 2 plus I into y, and z bar is equals to 2 minus I into y, dz will be equals to 2 plus I into dy, integral I is equals to 0 to 2 plus I, z bar square into dz, which is nothing but integration from 0 to 1 to z minus I the whole square into y square into z plus I into dy, which comes around 5 by 3 into 2 minus I. Now in the second case, along OB, z is equals to x, z bar is equals to x, dz is equals to dx, and along BA, the z is equals to 2 plus iy, z bar is equals to 2 z minus iy, and 2 minus iy it is, and dz is equals to I dy. So I is equals to the integral I will be equals to integration from 0 to 2 x square into dx, and in plus integral from 0 to 1 2 minus iy whole square into I dy, which if you integrate, integration of x square will be x cube by 3 0 to 1 plus integration from 0 to 1 4y plus 4 minus y square into I into dy, which is equals to 1 by 3 into 14 plus 11i. Similarly, the next example, if C is a circle, with center A and radius R, then show that first one integral dz by z minus a into d is equals to 2 pi I, and integral second one integral z minus a raised to n dz over C equals to 0 if n is not equals to minus 1, or show that here z minus a raised to n into dz is equals to 0 if n is not equals to minus 1, and it is 2 pi I if n is equals to minus 1. Now here the given thing mod of z minus a is equals to r, that means z minus a is equals to r into e raised to I theta, that is dz will be equals to I r e raised to I theta into d theta, and theta varies between 0 to 2 pi. For the first integral dz upon z minus a, it becomes I integration from theta is equals to 0 to 2 pi I r e raised to I theta into d theta upon r into e raised to I theta, and here r into e raised to I theta get cancelled. I is a constant, take it outside. Integration of d theta will be theta. Limit is from 2 pi to 0, so it is 2 pi minus 0 into I, which is 2 pi I. Second one, integral over c z minus a raised to n, which is theta. Integration from theta is equals to 0 to 2 pi r into e raised to I theta raised to n into I into e raised to I r into e raised to I theta into d theta, which comes as I into r raised to n plus 1, theta is equals to 0 to 2 pi e raised to I into n plus 1 into theta d theta, which is equals to r raised to n plus 1 upon n into e raised to I n plus 1 2 pi minus 1, which is nothing but it is 0 if n is not equals to minus 1, and 2 pi I if n is equals to minus 1. With this, I hope all of you understood the concept of complex line integral. At the end of the session, students will be understanding what is complex line integral and how to evaluate the integral by using complex line integration. As a part of application in mathematics, a line integral is an integral where the function to be integrated is evaluated along a curve. The term path integral, curve integral, and curvilinear integral are also used. The contour integral is used as well, and this is typically reserved for the line integral in the complex plane also. Now, as additional references, here I have given some link for YouTube channel, so I request each and every one of you to go through these channels. With this, I conclude my today's session. Thank you.